Hi, I'm Bridget from Sydney Fish Market, and I'm going to take you through how to put together a really quick and easy seafood platter just in time for Christmas. So what we're going to do is start with a selection of seafood. If you're short of time, just buy it already cooked. But remember, if you are going to be cooking anything, you're much better to buy raw, which is known as green seafood, because if you buy cooked and then reheat it, it can go a bit tough. But for this, we can buy all of our seafood cooked. And how do you know it's cooked? Most of it's going to go bright orange, so that's a good indication. Okay, these ones here, these are our little bugs. Now, usually in the marketplace, you'll find Moreton Bay bugs and Balmain bugs. Often you'll only be able to find one. They are interchangeable in every recipe, so you can use one if you can't get the other. But just for your interest, these ones are Balmain bugs, and how I tell the difference is where their eyes are. Balmain bugs come from the southern part of Australia. It's a very small, narrow-minded place down there, so they need their eyes close together. The Moreton Bay bugs will have their eyeballs on the outside because they come from the northern part of Australia, and it's a big place up there. They need to look at the big picture. Okay, the easiest way to prepare your bugs is to turn them over, get a sharp knife, and you want to put the knife in where the body joins the head. That's a nice soft place to put it in. So hold the tail down, put the knife down like this, cut through, then go back and do the other. This is the harder part, so don't try and do the whole lot in one go. I just find it's easier to do it in two sections. Cut through, and then you can just break it apart. The only bit we need to take out is this little bit here, which is the digestive tract. So that digestive tract, just like in a prawn, sometimes you can't get it all out because you cut straight through the middle of it. Don't panic too much. Now there's the other little bit. We did actually cut it in half. Okay. The only part for cleaning out is this top part here. Now some people love to eat this, but it's quite a rich flavour. So it's up to you whether you want to leave it in. If you don't, you can just clean it out. And some people actually serve it in a separate little bowl for those that really like it. Otherwise, you can just discard it. If you do feel like giving the flesh a little bit of a rinse, please don't drown it under the tap. Always face it this way so the water runs down this way so it doesn't go back into the flesh and make it waterlogged. And this is exactly what we've done with the lobster. So we'll leave our little bugs over there. So with the lobster, the same thing. We've just cut it in half, taken the digestive tract out, cleaned out the top of it here. And with the bigger space, you can actually fill that with lemon or lime wedges or slices, put in some fresh herbs. It's up to you. Start at the tail end and just carefully run your fingers underneath the cooked flesh and just lift it out. This just makes it easier for serving, particularly for lobster. In case you get anybody that's a real fan of it, they don't get to eat too much in one go. Cut it into wedges. You can either put it face down, so you've got the nice orange part facing up, which looks quite decorative, or you can put it back the way that it was in the shell. So it's up to you. So you can put it back in the same order, otherwise just scatter it straight down the middle. So I'll try and put it back up the other way, but it may not work. It's going to be the rustic look. There we go. But that just means people can then help themselves take a couple of pieces rather than taking the whole lot. Try and flatten it out a little bit. Okay, so that would be your lobster. So some lemons and lime slices with that would be lovely. A little bit of aioli maybe. Okay, next the prawns. Prawns, one of the most popular things I think for Christmas. Now if you buy these ones cooked, unfortunately there are a little tip about deheading and deveining in one go doesn't work with the cooked. So this is what we need to do. Grab hold of the head where it joins the body, just break that off. You can keep the heads for decoration if you like, or discard it, depends on your preference. Grab hold of the tail, put your thumb in between the legs and the shell, twist it, and the thumb just takes off everything in front of it, so you can usually get all the shell off in two goes. You stop peeling when you run out of legs. That will leave that last bit of shell on, which leaves the tail on, which can look quite nice for decoration. But if you really don't want the hassle of that, just bend up the little pointy bit of the tail, break that off, give it a bit of a squeeze, and then you can just pull that whole tail segment off. And there's a little tail part that looks like a tail, but then there's no shell to worry about. Now the bit that you need to take out is the digestive tract. The best way to do it, grab hold of the head just here, where the head was, sorry, and just peel straight back. You can take that digestive tract out, usually comes out pretty easily. If it's a little bit discoloured, just trim it up, that's fine. Okay, so we could just tidy that up a little bit. It's a little bit untidy there. And that would be your peeling of your prawns. Now if you wanted to, you can keep the heads, because some people like to eat the heads. Just separate the two. You might need to give this one a bit of a rinse, but you separate the fleshy part from the rest of the heads and you can actually eat that part. Might just give that one a very quick rinse. If you wanted to use it, that part could be added as well. Some people like to use the heads, add those in, otherwise chuck those out and we'll move on to the crab. So here's our crab. Blue swimmer crab, cooked, that's why it's orange. Preparation is very easy. Turn it over, lift up the flap, twist it off, put your thumb between the bottom part of the body and the top shell, separate them. As you're pulling it apart, just scoop up a little bit. We can take off the little flippers at the end, there's no meat in those. Run your thumb down the side to get rid of the gills. They're only joined on the outside, so take those off. We'll just clean out that dark part there. Now this middle section, some people really like to eat it, some people don't. So if you really don't want to, take it out with your fingers. I just find that's the easiest. You can give it a quick rinse, but don't drown under the tap, because otherwise all that water will go into the flesh. Otherwise you can just wipe it out with paper towel. It's quite a rich flavour, a lot of people like it, some people don't, so it's personal choice. Then the way to prepare the crab is to just put your knife onto the chopping board, and this would work for a mud crab as well as for a blue swimmer. Put your knife in between and just cut straight down. It's actually small enough that you could just pick it up and snap it, but we'll go through the process in case it's a bigger crab. Follow the natural slope of the crab. You can see it slopes down, so it means that we can cut then one big claw and the body, cut straight down. Then we do 2 legs and 2 legs. So everybody gets some leg as well as part of the body. So that would be the preparation of your legs. So very quick and easy. And then you can make up your Christmas platter with some lemons and lime slices, aioli, whatever you like, all done, very easy. Give it a go.